Hi viewers, today we will see how to sort vectors and arrays in MATLAB. In order to do this, we have the following function sort rows and is sorted that we'll be using in our lecture. So let's get started. So to start with, we are going to sort these vectors using the sort function. Let me just put a couple of quotes for you here. And this is the code that we do. So the first step is we're going to create a random numeric array. So it's going to be between range 1 to 10. It's going to have 5 rows, 1 column, and I'm going to use the randife function to generate the input vector. So let us display input vector. So this is a vector. It's having 1 dimension. Then I'm going to sort that input vector. So I'm going to use the sort function in MATLAB. It's pretty straightforward when it comes to vectors. And you have to give the direction whether you want to go for an ascending order or a descending order. So I have put these two, the sort ascending vector and the sort descending vector. So if I run this program, you're going to see the following output. So your input vector is 3, 1, 10, 8, 6. And you can see here that it's arranged in ascending order, the smallest to largest. And here you can see that it's arranged in descending order. So this is the column vector because column is 1. I call this as a column vector. So if I want a row vector, what I do is I interchange my rows and columns. So I just make this 1 and 5. The rest of the things will take place as it is. You can see now I have a row vector here. This is my row input vector. Then I have a sorted array, that is sorted vector, row vector which is in ascending order, and a sorted vector which is in descending order. So this is for a random numeric vector. So it's a pretty straightforward thing. Let's go to the next topic, that is like the numeric arrays or matrices. So there it gets a little bit tricky. So we need to know a few things to get this going. So let us look into that. So here I'm going to create a numeric array. So let me just widen the range a bit. So 1 to 10, and it's a 5 cross 5. I have 5 rows and 5 columns. I'm again using the random integer function. It will generate my input array or input matrix, and then I'm going to display it. Then I'm going to do the same thing, the sort with the input array and sort descend with the input array. So till here it's pretty much the same that what we have seen. Will display the output. But coming to this part of the code, you can see here, I have something called as sort, let me put a comma here, give me a warning, sort ascend index. So this index is going to tell me at what position my value was before sorting, okay? At what position, so I will write this, at sort this index, what it tells me here, at what position my value was before sorting in the array, and it is applicable for the vector also, the array or the vector. Okay, so this is something you can see this. Let's run this program and I'll explain with the output. So I have the input array, you can see. Then I've just given it sort ascending array. So now if you see each column, so you take it column by, so it's doing the ascending in the column wise direction. So 2, 4, 5, 7, 10. So this is in ascending order. 2, 4. So it takes each column individually and sorts it in the ascending order. So this is okay. So now, if you want to do the, if you want to sort it row wise, what you do, right? So let's so this is basically what happens. It sorts, and then when you come to the descending order, again you see it's sorting it in the columns. Each column is sorted in the descending order, the greater number to the smaller number, the larger number to the smaller number. So it applies to each column. So I would say, so another note I would like to include here is sort. What it does, it arranges each column in the ascending or descending order. Okay. Now this is column, so it's at what it is doing basically. Now I'll put this within 4. So it is sorting in the column. Okay, it is sorting along the column. Now I wanted to sort along the row. So what will I do? If I wanted to sort along the row, then I just have to mention to MATLAB to do the sorting along the row. So here, let us see that also. So this one, before we go to the indexing, let me just say I want to sort along the rows. Then I'll just take this ascending sort, the same thing. I'll put it here, and I'm going to mention to my MATLAB that you can sort it along the row. So when I give this direction, okay, so I'll just put sort direction is equal to 1 or 2. So it can be having values 1 or 2. So 1, okay, so 1 for column sort and 2 for row sort. That's pretty much the direction that it will follow for column and row sort. So when I give here 2, then it's gonna do the column sort. So before, why we did not give the direction here? We could have given, but we didn't give because the default value is 1. So MATLAB by default, if sort direction not given, MATLAB assumes it to be 1 or column sort. So that's why we didn't give it, and now we have given 2. So it's going to, we'll have the display here. It's going to display it in the, so let me display the input array also here and here. So just to show you in comparison. Alright, so if you see this, I'm using another parameter sort as an index. So I already told you it gives the position of my value before the sort. So let me just check the input array, okay, and it's going to sort each of these columns. So that is what I get here. So I need to first, I'll display this value also. This. Good. So now I have my input array. Then I have the sorted output. So it is sorted in this 1, 2, 3 ascending order. Each column is in ascending order. Then I come to the index value. So if you see this, it tells me at what position the values were before sorting. So when I take the value 4, you can tell that the 1, right? So it is the value after sorting is 1. This 1 was in the 4th place. Okay, so the 1 was in the 4th place. So let me make it a little bit of, not a little bit, I'll just make it a 3 cross 3 to make you understand even more better. So now if you see this index, I get 2, 1, 3. So what it means is my position, my 1 was at 2nd place before sorting, and my 5 was in the 1st place. So that's why I get a 1 here. And my 9 was in the 3rd place before sorting. So that before sorting is, okay, now we'll see how to sort these arrays using another function called as the sort rows. So this is sort row function, and what we are going to do here is we are going to use, instead of sort, we are going to use this function. So let us see what is the advantage of using sort rows. So with sort function that we have just seen, we can sort the array in the column or in the row dimension. So it uniformly sorts it in the column or in the row dimension. But when it comes to sort rows, you get to pick the dimension. You get to pick which row, which column you wanted to sort it. Mostly here it is the direction we use is only for the column. But if you want to do the row also, you can easily do the transpose, and then we'll show how to do it in the column wise also. So now I give the sort direction as 3. So that means it's going to sort along the 3rd. It's going to sort only that 3rd column. So let us see an example. So this is my input, and if you see the sort direction is 3, and if you see the ascending array, the 3rd column will be in ascending order 1, 2, 6, 6, 8. So this is the sort row function in MATLAB. So the same thing goes for the descending order also. So you can keep that for descending. So now if I do the descending order, I just don't want to show multiple output and confuse. So this is the input array, and for descending order, if you see, the 3rd column will be in descending order 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So this is the sort row use. So along that particular direction, that only that row or only that column will be in ascending order. So here it's only the column. So sort rows doesn't have, but we can customize it with a program. If we can write a small program to customize it to give the row also in that manner. But here we are only mentioning that it can do that particular column. Now it also gives us the index. So when I talk about the index, so what happens here is, with indexing, this is the input array, so it is sorted in the third dimension in the descending order 5, 3, 2, 1, 1, and it gives the index of those values, in the third column previous to sorting. So here the 5 was in third place, so 3 is given. 3 was in first place, so I get a 1 here. 2 was in fourth place, so I get a 4 here. So that is the index, the position of the values before sorting. So this is very important when you do, because what happens is you take an array, you sort it, then you do some computation, then you want to put it back the way it was. But now the values are in sorted manner, and you don't know how it was prior. And the values are also changed because of the computation. So then it always, the indexing, this index value, the sort row, index, sort row, array index, ascending index will help you to put the values back to their original places that was before sorting. So that's where this becomes helpful. You can do the same for the descending order also. You can get the indexing. And now there's another function called as isSorted in MATLAB to check whether you're sorted. So this is a check that you can apply after applying the sorting. Sometimes what happens is, in the process of sorting, you may not end up with a sorted array. So you can always check whether your matrix is sorted. So here we have already sorted the arrays. So I'm getting a value 1. So this is the value 1 when you have a sorted array, and it returns a value 0 when you don't have a sorted array. And if you're using for sort row, you can give the direction also. So here the sorting direction was along the third column. So I've given that, and then it says that, yeah, the answer is 1. Yes, your matrix or your array is in the sorted fashion. Good. So that is about the sorted functions in MATLAB. So we are going to do a small example today to clear things up further for understanding. This is the example. So let me just come to this example. So given a matrix A, which is in the format 5, 4, 8, the output should be in the sorted manner 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is the input array. So I'm taking the row to be the size of the input array. So I'll just remove the semicolon so that you guys see what's going on at each line output. You can see. Now let us see what I am doing here. So this is my input array. So I have 5, 4, 8, 3, 9, 6, 1, 7, 2. It's given. Next I have my row. It's size of the input array, comma 1. That gives me the row dimension, and the column dimension input array, comma 2. So the first dimension is the row, the second dimension is my column. So I get my row to be 3, my column to be 3. Then what I'm doing here is a quick fix. I'm reshaping my array. So I know my array is having a size of 3 cross 3. I'm converting it into a one-dimensional vector. So I'm taking an array, I'm converting it into a vector, and that is what here it happens. So I could have written here input vec. So because I'm converting an array to a vec, and then I sort the input vec. I've not given any keyword, but by default it is ascending. So I'm sorting it in the ascending order. Then my if I run it again, the values, the names will change. So this is my input vec, and this is still my output vector, and then you get the output array. So take an input array, right, and then I sort it. That is my output array, and that is in the sorted manner, and then I reshape it. Okay, so when I reshape it, I get it as this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I want it in this manner, I just take the transpose. So this is the transpose. I've taken the transpose of the output array, and then I get it in. No, it is now, see, it is in the column dimension. It is sorted in the column dimension. So just taking a simple transpose will make it what was sorted in the row dimension to getting sorted in the column dimension. That is very simple transpose of a matrix. matrix will change the sort from column dimension to row dimension and vice versa. That is what is happening in this case. Alright guys, so that is for today's lecture. I'll see you in the next lecture. Thank you.